Yo, what's going on you guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first ever video in a series that I've been meaning to do for a while now, where I rate the vibe of your tunes and give you some constructive feedback and hopefully get some entertainment out of it all at the same time. I'm AKOV, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a drum and bass producer who releases on labels such as Eat Brain, Blackout, my own label, Symbiotic Records, and many more. I've been producing for about 10 years now and have been actively touring artists for about 7 of those years. For the duration of my career, I've often been asked to give feedback on people's music, and I decided finally to get round to it in the form of this video series. So with all that serious stuff out of the way, a historic moment, let me roll the intro for the first time ever.
Are you ready for AKOV's Big Dirty Vibrator?
Oh yes. So let me preface this thing by saying I'm not a very serious individual. Those of you who have been following me for a while will know that I've often taken the piss out of myself, and anyone who takes themselves too seriously, it's probably like a coping mechanism to keep my ego in check. So with that being said, please take all of my feedback with a pinch of salt, and keep in mind that this is all for fun, and you know, at the end of the day, it should not be taken too seriously. I will try and be helpful, but it's all still a joke. So now with that being said, let me introduce you to my voting system. So with the help of my friend Cockney Joe here, the positive reactions are as follows.
Oi! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck you!
Which are all linked up to a sampler through Ableton Live here on my MIDI keyboard. For those of you who don't really follow drum and bass, firstly I don't know why you're watching this video, but I would have to explain to you that fuck off is a positive reaction. They usually scream at a drum and bass DJ with the presumption that their song is so offensively good that they are offending you with it, and therefore you have to offend them back. At least I think that's pretty much what's behind it, or people are just fucking retarded. I can't say that, it's 2022 now. People are silly in the brain. So with that lengthy intro out of the way, let's get right into it. So I've asked everyone to send me private links in my SoundCloud messages, and I just want to thank everyone for flooding my inbox. I've got a lot of stuff to go through, and I won't be showing every single one of those here. If you want to send me stuff in the next episode, then please try to send relatively finished tunes, as I'll be ignoring anything that's like just a basic loop or a not very finished idea. Likewise, if you're a complete beginner, I probably won't have anything helpful to say apart from produce for a few more years before sending you music to everyone, or you know, try and get any feedback at all. I'm a strong believer of if you don't have anything nice to say, then say nothing at all. And I want to encourage everyone to be as supportive as possible to each other in the comments. So with that all said, I'm going to jump straight into the messages. So starting off here, I've got a tune from Sabotor. Or Sabotor, fuck knows how it's. He's actually an old student of mine. I don't even know how to pronounce his artist name. I think it's Sabotor. That makes sense, right? And it's a tune called Ego Trip. And he has said, "Hey, Daddy AKOV, I love that. Scottish producer, Buckfast connoisseur, and Neuro junkie here. Try going on a Burr Oak vibe with this, and it's just evolved from there, really. So let's have a little listen." Strong intro so far. mate, I got to just say that, like, I got sent this tune a week ago and already gave some feedback on it. So this is basically me hearing the changes, and yeah, this is sounding way better, man. I'm a massive fan of a proper intro. I believe that songs should be just as interesting from the start to the end. Something I've tried to achieve in my music to varying degrees of success. But I love this. I love the way the intro builds. And originally he had more of a complex idea, which was changing a lot, and he's kind of simplified it now, and it sounds fat. I love it, man. Let's see what he's done in the second drop. I'm going to do a little bit of skipping through these because I've got a lot of tunes to go through. But I'm hoping it's something different. I'm a strong believer that you should always, you know, if you've got an entire song, you shouldn't just copy and paste.
Thing in travel, we call it
the ego trip.
Oh, that's tight.
oh fuck off.
That's tighter than a nun's cunt. Yeah, good job, mate. I'm really proud of you for that one. So Sabotor was actually or Saboteur, I can't even say his fucking name right. He was a student of mine from about a year and a half ago. And one of his strengths has always been songwriting. He's just kind of been polishing off. I believe he's getting some lessons from Joe Ford as well. But it's sounding excellent. If any of you want to sign up for lessons with me, one-on-one, by the way, you can email me at alex@akovmusic.com. So let's go to the next thing, the next tune, and let's see what we got. So, the most neuro track I've made so far, still a work in progress, but closer and closer to being finished, from Near Edge. Are you trolling me? Mate, RIP headphone users, sorry about that. He's got to be trolling me. Fuck me. Right, I'm just going to stop that there. If you're not trolling me, I apologise, but that sound is ear rape. That is a horrific sound. I would not advise using that sound by any means. That is just all the wrong frequencies. Yeah, this is an example of, I don't think you're really ready to send music to people yet, mate. It's just, I don't want to be mean, it's there's a lot that you need to learn about mixing there. If I could give you anything constructive, it would be, don't use that sound for a start. Maybe look into side chaining, because it sounds like you just kind of layered loads of sounds together there without any kind of side chaining at all. So the mix is quite unpleasant. Yeah, I don't know if you're producing on headphones or through speakers, but it's just a lot of very painful frequencies going on there. So thank you, Near Edge. I hope that wasn't too hard to listen to. But yeah, let's move on from that. So next tune is from a guy called KNOCKZ, and he said, "Hey dude, I saw your story post on Instagram about the tracks. Instead of sending a dick pic, I'm sending over tracks for the rating." Well, yeah, that was the initial idea, KNOCKZ. Thank you. I'm glad you didn't send me a dick pic. So KNOCKZ here has kind of broken the rules a little bit. He sent me 4 ideas, and I've kind of gone through all 4 to try and see which one I can give the most constructive feedback on. So with this one called Inner Alchemy, he has said, "This is my most precious tune, I'd say. I put a huge amount of emotional expression to let go the dark good vibe I keep with myself." I'm not quite sure what that meant, but thank you for the effort anyway, and let's have a listen to it. Nice intro.
Oi! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off. Fuck you.
I think I just heard her say, DMT. You're a little bit of a trippy guy, aren't you? Yeah, it's sounding atmospheric, dark, pretty cool, man. Let me have a listen to your second drop. Oh. What you'll need here is hard bass. Yeah, I get the idea, right? That's sounding pretty awesome. I think you're right. This is a nearly finished tune, or if it is finished, that's like, I'm sorry, that's the worst thing someone can say. If you finish a tune and someone's like, "Yeah, it'd be great when it's finished." If I was going to give you any suggestions, and I'm assuming if you guys send me these tunes, you want suggestions. It would be that the clicks. I wouldn't suggest putting like a normal snare because the clicks work really nicely. But you could have something with a slightly deeper transient, or maybe layer a transient so it has a little more snap. Otherwise, the rest of it's sounding pretty great, man. It's a cool tune. I like the intro, I like the atmosphere. So good job. So next up, we have got DJ Dymond. Hey bro, love your tunes. Was hoping to get one of mine reviewed as mentioned on your Facebook. So this is Game Over by DJ Dymond. And he says, "This track was born from my love of computer games and drum and bass music." Well, I also love both those things, DJ Dymond. So I look forward to listening to your song.
Fuck off!
That was a strange fade out. Have you given me like 2 tunes here or something? Okay, I was a bit thrown off by that fade out there. Have you kind of like made the song a bit shorter and spliced it together? What I will say that's really going for it is that it's obviously got like this kind of like old school vibe, and I love the bass is really nice and the kind of jungly drums. Let me just play that again. That's got some really cool vibes to it, man. I would suggest it'd be nice to modernise it a bit, just with the drums at least. Maybe like get a transient and layer it with the snare, just so it kind of pops a bit more. And if you don't want what I mean by transient, you know, sorry to patronise you if you do, but I just mean just kind of like the start of a hit that kind of makes it punch a bit more. And what you could do is pitch up like a kick drum by like a few octaves and layer that. You could experiment with a couple of things, or maybe just layer it with a snare that's from a slightly modern sample pack, just to kind of modernise it a bit, make the drums pop a bit more. The other suggestion would be that this kind of vibe would be great with a really atmospheric intro. You kind of got this, again, quite old school sounding intro, but if you had some kind of more rich kind of pads or something more ethereal, it'd sound nice. And in terms of structure, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with this fade out here. But yeah, those would be my suggestions to you. So thank you, DJ Dymond, nice one. And good luck with finishing your tune. So next up we have got Ailem, and Ailem says, "Hey AKOV, I'm sending you this track following your Facebook post about track review. The backstory of this track is I started to build the drum line, and then pan snare really made me think of a hammer slamming iron, so I called it Hammer Time." Oh, there's definitely some MC Hammer jokes in here. I later recorded my voice saying Hammer Time and had it. You did, amazing. I'm glad. I hope you'll like it. Big up and cheers from Ailem. Here's the track Hammer Time, which is a free download.
Hammer Time.
Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck you! Oi! Oi!
Mate, there's 2 things I instantly love about this. The fact that you just said Hammer Time and just don't give a fuck. That sounded great. And that bass line is squelchy. It sounds like a processed queef. That is a turbo queef right there. It's so wet as well. I love the growly, queefy layer over the top. Yeah, top queefage. Now she's just queefing into a pig's mouth now, and yeah, it's just great.
Hammer Time.
Yeah, that's really fun, mate. The only suggestion I'd have was that the intro was pretty minimal, pretty basic. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm a big advocate of keeping the song interesting from the beginning to the end. So I put a bit more effort into your intro just to really reel people in from the beginning. A lot of people skip intros now, which I think is really lazy, and maybe it's like chicken before the egg kind of problem, but people aren't really putting so much effort into their intros, but as a result, people won't listen to your intros, and I really want people to put more effort into that. But as a whole, mate, that's a fun track. I mean, I'd probably play that. That's good. That deserved the fuck-offs that it got. Okay, next up we have got Hated. That's a very metal name with a very metal picture. Hey, let me share this tune with you for your feedback session. Bitch slap. Oh, okay, I thought he was giving me a bitch slap, but no, it's the track is called Bitch Slap. Jesus, I will say straight away, that snare is a bitch slap. Maybe a little on the unpleasant side, it just slap you in the ear holes. What I do to fix that is just turn the high layer down a little bit. Was that Mr. Garrison and your fucking... I didn't forget about you. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of any silly samples in there. Here's a bitch slap for you. That's a great choice of sample.
Oh my God! Fuck off, boy!
Even the way you just layered a little fuck.
Fuck you. There it is. Fuck
you. Yeah, I get the idea, mate. It's cool. You focused a lot on that energy and the raw aggression, and with a track like Bitch Slap, I kind of understand why. I will say that a couple of your like kind of arps, your arpeggiators are a little bit. They're probably in a different key to the drop, and there's not really like a key established in your intro as far as I'm aware. Let me have another listen quickly. I mean, there is. I would, especially when you're making really heavy tracks, it's good to balance them out with some deep pads or some, something quite musical. It makes the heaviness hit even harder and be easier to kind of digest when it does hit. So I'd suggest going in a bit more on your intro in a more musical manner. You'll see a repeating theme here in a lot of the feedback I'm giving, but I'd say yeah, I mean the drums are punching. It's all very Eat Brain-esque kind of neuro. I love the samples; they're great fun. Anything that's got a bit of humour to it is great. I'd revisit the mix a little bit. Maybe, it's just the snare. Like the snare is something that is, you hear it so often in the track because it's hitting like every second beat. So I would take that higher layer down a little bit because it's a bit unpleasant on the ears. But otherwise, yeah, good work, mate. Let's hear what you got in the second block.
No, there's another one!
I absolutely love the samples of this. Yeah, great. You haven't been lazy with your edits as well, so nice one, man. Good luck with finishing this song. So next one is from DSPT. First and foremost, thank you for doing these reviews. In my opinion, it's great when someone who's experienced in the industry does stuff like this. Well, thank you very much. I will give you a kiss later. So about the track, I tried to make straightforward minimal, but it evolved into an atmospheric minimalish D&B with a pinch of neuro. I think it has a storytelling vibe because mood is generally serious and dark, but has some changes in the mood later on. I think I said enough, and if I didn't, the track will complete my nice little story. Cheers. Alright, nice one, man. Yeah, cool, let's hear what you've done. I'm a fan of all kinds of drum and bass, so, minimal's pretty sick.
Fuck off. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck off. Fuck off.
This is dark, mate. If I had this in a club, I'd just throw my trousers off and just start teabagging people. This is lovely. Atmospheres are on point. Let's just skip a little bit. Apologies about that, but it's quite a long song. Alright, straight away I know exactly what I tell you to do here. This bridge that you've got, those kind of like techie sounds, those are really nice. You need those in your first intro. You need them in the first intro. I mean, instead of the bridge, have them in the intro as well. And also, this is something I've realised in some of my older tracks, which I've tried to stop doing now. You know, you kind of introduce the drums, and then you got this long pause before it kind of hits again. I've noticed live that kind of loses a lot of energy. Try and bring some drums, build on the drums in a progressive manner. Maybe start off with a hi-hat, then introduce like a kick and a snare, then start getting faster with your hi-hats, maybe do some 16 notes, and keep building up the tension like that. There's not much tension before it drops. The rises are good, but I think try and introduce some percussive elements there, and definitely have these really nice techies. These kind of techie dum-dum-dum-dum, those stabs, those are cool, man.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I love that. Really great dark tune, man. DSPT, good luck with finishing your song. It sounds excellent. I hope to hear from you again in the future. So next up, we have got Spiral Z. He says, hi, this is for your big vibrator. It's from my first D&B EP that I recently finished. I incorporated funk, deep bass lines, a bounce to the kick, and a smoothness to the melody whilst crunching it with a big snare. Hope you like. Sounds like you've been cooking something in the kitchen, mate. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Okay, straight away, I can tell you, I would not start a song instantly with like a bass line like that. That's very off-putting. You've gone straight in, no lube, and you need to, you know, take your time. Take your time. Build it up. Have a nice time together. Have a nice time with our ears. And then this break, though, that comes in. That's really cool. That reminds me of Spore, like old school Spore. That's decent. That's got some potential. Next thing is you go into this. I'm assuming this is the drop. But it's quieter than your intro. You want to make sure you're building up from the beginning, creating some tension before unleashing your bassy splooge all over everyone. And in this case, you've kind of like gone in hard with no lube and then lost your energy after 30 seconds because you've just been pounding away like with no mercy. And then again, you've got this bridge section, which is again way, way louder than your drop. It feels like going for old schooly Spore kind of vibe maybe. What I'd advise is referencing maybe a Spore track and look at the, you know, drag it into your program and look at the way that he's structured the song and try and copy that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You know, it is good to think outside the box and try different things when it comes to, you know, structure of a song. But there is a reason why people usually use similar structures, because they work. You know, building tension and then having a drop is a tried and tested formula, and I would advise using that formula in this case. So thank you, ScurCZ. Good luck with your finishing of your tune. Alright, so next one is from KNOCKZ. It says, "Hello, good sir. Just saw your post about the tune review. Want to send you this. Start my own label, and this will be the first release. The label is called Beneath the Surface, and it's based out of Florida, USA. Make a short teaser vid as well. Did all the artwork and animation too. Seems like you got to do it all nowadays. Yeah, I'm a big advocate of that. I've released on RH, Renegade Hardware, I'm guessing it is. Formation, Close to Death, and a few other labels such as Abducted. Even did a tune with my stateside bro Dropset a while ago. Dropset. Tom is also one of my old students. I hope to show you some of his tunes soon. Who recommend it should be hit you up for a class, which I want to do soon. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm happy to give you some lessons, mate. The label has always been something I've wanted to do. This is a pretty simple tune, but I've tried to let the pads and leads shine with the Stranger Things vibe. So it's great to hear that there's some more stuff happening stateside. You know, it's a shame that Drum and Bass hasn't kicked off as much as it has in the rest of the world in the States, but I appreciate everyone that is holding it down for the underground there. Let's see what you got, KNOCKZ. Yeah, nice one. I can hear the Stranger Things vibe. It works. I would suggest that the... Yeah, maybe, again, I seem to be saying this a lot, but I'd go for something a little more interesting in the intro, but I love the vibe of the drop, man. That's cool. The mix is sounding pretty nice, to be honest. You have sent me 3 things, and as a rule, I am only going to review one tune. I am going to break my own rule here, and I'm going to give you a quick feedback on the song called Mental State, and that is this rhythm here. I appreciate it's a tried and tested, rhythm, but holy fuck, it has been done a million times, and I've made a joke about this in my Neurofunk tutorial that I did a while ago. It's not very imaginative. Like, it's been done so many times, and I just implore you to try a different kind of groove. There's so many different interesting grooves you can get out of drum and bass. Why not try them, explore them? This dun 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 has been just done a million times, and amazingly it's still being done. I hear at least one song, a new song every month that's got that rhythm, and I'm just really on a crusade to try and stop people using that. And having said that, I'm a complete fucking hypocrite, because even I've done a song that's coming out on Blackout pretty soon that has a similar rhythm. So, fuck me, right? I'm a complete hypocrite. But that would be the one piece of feedback I have for everyone, which is why I've chosen to comment on that song. But mate, your Rail Spike seems like a special tune. Really looking forward to hearing you finish it. Good luck. Right, next up we have Dumpster. Hey man, here's my link for the reviews. I really hope you enjoy it. Don't have much to say about the tune. It's a bit old too, but I haven't been able to release something for the past few years. I made it in Keybase, all since it's pretty much massive, all sound designed by me, but I think it was the best tune I haven't released yet, or I have released yet. I really hope you don't hate it too much, bro. Constructive criticism is always welcome though, especially from you. Cheers, man. Yeah, of course we're going to keep it constructive here, man. Massive. I haven't heard a song that's been made on Massive as far as I've been aware for a long time. It was kind of like replaced by Seriouz, so this must be an old tune, but I look forward to hearing it anyway, man. Alright, Dub, so I just checked out some of your tune. I'd say that, you said yourself you haven't released in a few years. It's got a lot left to be decided in terms of the structure and the sounds. If I was going to do something constructive, I'd say you have just used a kick in the snare in the drop, and I would suggest using some hi-hats, some top loops. You kind of want your drum break to sound interesting, even without a bass line there. So give it kind of some groove. That would be the number one thing. And then I'd also suggest maybe some risers and stuff in the, in the build up, just to give it a little more tension. I appreciate this is a finished song, so these would be points just for future songs, I guess. But yeah, thank you for sending it, and good luck. Okay, next one is from Zionide. Hi dude, love your tunes. Made this in uni, and it's the only time I've ever semi-successfully attempted to make Neuro. Would be sick to hear what someone so deep in the game thinks, as I had no idea who to send it to when I initially made it. Alright, thanks for sending, mate. Final test master was done on the 12th of February 2020. Okay, so it's quite an old song then. Okay, a couple suggestions I gave already just from listening to the first minute. It would be, again, kind of similar to the last song, some more like hi-hats and some more top loops. I know you do have like a kind of funky top loop of some kind of cowbelly sounding things, but some you know, some like hi-hats over the top would really benefit the break. I also really like the kind of textures of the intro. The intro sounded quite promising, but you want to keep building on it. So bringing in every kind of 8-16 bars, another element that keeps it kind of rising, keeps it building. But it's not a bad attempt at all, man. Like, you know, you've got some good sounds in there. There's a lot of bass. I like the kind of balance of the bass of the drums is really nice. Yeah, you know, what I said already, just as a recap, is just focus on the percussions a bit more and, you know, some musical elements as well. There's pretty much just some drum and bass there in its rawest form without any musical elements, which will help you kind of go into the track a bit more. But yeah, thanks Zionide and good luck with finishing your song. Next up, we've got a tune from LISO. Hey, yo, submitting this for some reviewing and feedback. Would love to hear what you, as a DnB producer, think of styles like this. I transitioned into this stuff from DnB. Curious to see if you can spot the influences. Love your output and personality, man. Kisses. Thanks, LISO. 162 Psy DnB hybrid mix. Cool, this will be interesting. I hope you don't mind, LISO. I'm going to skip through some of this because it's a 6-minute long tune, which I know is very much within the realms of anything psychedelic. So I'm just going to get a general gist for it. I really like the idea of mixing these kind of jungly D&B kind of sounds with psytrance. That's really cool. There's a massive kind of resurgence of this kind of hardcore drum and bass mix at the moment, so there's a lot of love for kind of 4 to the floor kicks in D&B at the moment, so it's a good time to experiment with something like this. I would say you know, sometimes I listen to slow trance and psychedelic, some psytrance as well, and psy dub, and I think a lot of those elements, there's you know, you've got the kind of classic sound there. I'd like to hear more of those psychedelic elements, some strings, some ambient sounds that kind of build up and really take you on a psychedelic journey. Great idea, great premise for a tune. I just think you could go even further, more psychedelic, and I like that it's mixed with old school sounds. But yeah, nice one, LISO, and good luck with finishing your tune. Next one up is from Seriouz DnB. It says, hi Alex, I was excited to read about AKOV's big vibrator. Big up for this, man. Currently I'm in my 3rd year of producing my own tracks. At the moment I haven't reached the quality I'm working for, but I want to show you my current project. Cool, thanks. Maybe you got a feedback for this track. So yeah, 3 years into producing, yeah, I'd say it's about 3 or 4 years before you start producing anything decent. So yeah, you're probably just on the verge of getting somewhere good with it, but people learn at different rates. Okay, just a quick bit of feedback for you, Seriouz. What I would advise, and this is something that I actually get more than any other problem with any of my students, is you've made your intro in a different key to your drop. And this is really a common problem with a lot of people. And what that means is you need typically to keep your drop in the same root note as your intro, and it kind of throws you off a little bit. It's like you stuck two ideas together that don't really work. So I was looking into a bit of music theory regarding, keys and try and see if you can revisit the song with that in mind. Also in terms of, your mix and your drums. I suggest some more straight hi-hats as well. You've got a nice kind of high, I suppose you'd call it like a ride layer. You kind of fill up the tops quite nicely with that. And I'd try suggesting maybe a different snare layer as well. But yeah, it sounded good, mate. Good luck with finishing your tune. So next one is from DelFean. So DelFean, is it like shit and vomit everywhere? Okay, hey man, I just got back from Later Roll, full of inspiration. Shit and vomit everywhere, I bet you did. I realised I took music too seriously and made too complicated projects, and as a result I didn't finish much. So I just wanted to make something simple for fun. Not sure about the vocals, but I kind of want to leave them there just because. P.S. Your sample packs are the best, cheers. Now, I don't know if I'm about to be trolled and it's just going to be the sound of him shitting and vomiting, but the waveform does look like there is music happening, so, it's got a great picture of a toilet here. Okay, well there's no shitting yet, so that's good.
Nose whistles. Hey buddy, would you have a few moments for a quick interview? Yeah, we would. Leave that one on. Last time you shit yourself.
What?
Actually, 4 years ago, it was actually at work. I woke up in the morning and I just left the house.
Okay, I mean, I appreciate the fun of a good fun sample, but in terms of if I'm actually going to be anything serious, like some serious criticism, the balance, again, your intro is a lot louder than your drop. Typically, I'd try and have the intro a bit quieter. But it sounds like you're probably still in the stages of, really learning production. I would just say keep at it, man, and don't lose your love for the fun, because fun is good. There needs to be more fun in Eurofunk. But I think that, you just got a bit of a way to go, brother. So good luck with all of that. This next one is from P1K, and I don't know if it's supposed to be P1K or Pick, but P1K says, "Hey dude, looking for my own style based on my influences and life experience. I put at your disposal the following track that seeks to reflect a melodic but aggressive sound. I'm still in the learning process, thanks for your feedback."
boy. Fuck off. Fuck you.
Alright, what I will say, P1K, is that this is musically the most interesting song I've listened to today in terms of, you know, you've got a lot of rich chords and nice musical ideas going on. So big up for that. There's a lot of emotion coming through it. I really like that lo-fi piano in the intro. That's really cool. Yeah, you kind of... I'd say that the intro could maybe even build for a little longer. I mean, no, it is a good length, but there seems to be something lacking in the intro for me, and it's just more the... I mean, the vibe's super nice. I think you just need to make the drums a little more liquidy, but also snap a tiny bit more. Yeah, there's a lot of potential in that tune. I think it's more mix related stuff. It's just obviously not sounding quite like you said yourself. It's still in the learning process. I would compliment you on the musical side of it and just focus more on maybe, you know, if you're still in the stage of using samples, try some cleaner, more modern sounding samples. It's sounding a little bit lacking in the drums, but the percussions are there, the songwriting's there, so you know, you haven't got too far to go with that one. Nice one, cheers. Next one up is from Avile, and he says, here's one for your big, dutty old vibrator, mate. Cheers. Yes, mate. Intro had a lot more going on than a lot of other people's. I got to try and not kind of like compare other people's tunes, but I suppose it's hard not to when I've been listening to them all back to back. I like that you've got, you know, the intro, the drop, they're in the same key. That's a good start, and good energy to it. Slightly harsh drums. I mean, I'm using headphones, but they punch, but they've got quite a lot of unpleasant frequencies in them. I'd try layering some more white noise and softening up some of the frequencies in your drums, but the balance is nice with the bass. Strong tune, very strong tune. Good luck with finishing it, man, and it sounded pretty decent. Right, next up is Elixrdnb, and they say, hi mate, been a massive fan of yours for a number of years. Your Facebook videos are hilarious. When I saw you were reviewing tracks, I thought I'd send 2 over. Well, don't do that, mate, because I'm only listening to one of them. But, okay, nice one. I'm going to listen to both and choose which one to give you feedback on. I've realised one of them is actually a bootleg of a tune, so I'm probably going to stick to giving reviews on original music on here. Probably helps avoiding copyright as well, especially on YouTube. It's a little bit harsh for that. So I'm going to review this Peanut Dust right here. God, my ears are getting hot. Fucking hell.
You know that bit of dust at the end of Peanuts, yeah? Basically, that's the best part.
Is that...
Everybody loves that bit.
Is that Chibody G?
I call it peanut dust.
Fuck off, oi! Oi, fuck off! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Yeah, I love the minimal vibes on this, man. It's sounding really cool. I'm a sucker for a humorous sample. Jesus Christ, my brain just had a fart trying to think of how to say that. Yeah, man, just a good old straight up roller. You know, like it's a very controversial thing to say. I think tunes like this are, you know, quite tried and tested. There's not too much going on. It's all about the mix, really, and it sounds nice. I like the balance of everything. Good luck with finishing it, mate. It sounds decent. Right, next up is from Cranium. They say, hello, Bear Guy. I hope you're doing well and you're still doing feedback, as I saw on Insta yesterday. I'm trying to get the mix of this piece of shit right, and our monitoring sucks. Could really need some help with those furry ears and them heads. Okay, let's have a listen.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Oi! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Oi! Oi!
Yeah, cool, man. I don't really know how to go about this because I'm not kind of referencing any of these tunes to let's say a more professionally mastered one, but I will say I'm kind of judging the mixes based on how they sound with themselves, if you see what I mean. And I'd say the mix of this sounds great, man. I'm listening to these through my headphones, so I'm sorry about not giving you the pleasure of listening through my heads, but it sounds like a great mix. It sounds like one of the stronger mixes that I've heard today. So I don't hear a problem with it. What I would suggest is referencing, if you haven't already, drag a reference track in that is in the same key that you want to get to a similar like volume level, and you know, it sounds good. That's all I can say. I like it. Yeah, the intro does leave a little bit to be desired. I'd try and build up a bit more. It looks like you're looking for feedback on the mix. So, you know, I'm going to give you some anyway about the songwriting, but it's pretty decent in the actual drop. But again, I build up more tension in the intro. But nice one, Cranium. Good luck with finishing your tune. Sounds good. Right, next up we've got Skitzoid, and he says, "Hi Alex, just submitting a track for feedback on the big vibrator. Would love to hear where I can improve the Neurobreaks tune." Ah, sweet. I actually submitted this to Symbiotic. Okay, well, I remember listening to this actually, and I guess this is puts me in an interesting position. If people are going to send me tunes for label submission, I suppose this could be one way to do it actually on the vibrator. I never considered that. I'll tell you why we didn't like this and why we didn't take it for the label, and I'll let other people have a listen as well. Okay, so basically what I'll tell you is that, you know, breaks is very much about the kind of funky groove, very much kind of, that's what it has in common with drum and bass. And you're lacking a lot of high end in terms of like the top layers. There's not really much in your hi-hats. I really like the kick, snare kind of pattern in the drop. The intro just doesn't really work for me. You'll notice in a lot of our songs we like to build up, like mine, Scream Arts particularly, we like to build up these kind of ethereal, kind of ethnic sounding intros, and we do want more of that on the label. This kind of, there's not really any musical idea that makes sense here. It's in a different key. It's kind of hard to even tell what key the song is in. I'd just say that you've got quite a way to go in terms of like learning production, or the songwriting element of it at least anyway. You've got some cool ideas there, but it's definitely not on the level for sending to labels yet. But thank you for taking the time to send it our way anyway, and I hope that it helps that you get more of an idea of what we're going for. I'd always have a good hard listen to what's going on the label and the level of what's on the label, and try and consider that we're not really in the process of trying to mentor people. We're just ready for songs that are ready to be out on the label, you know. But thank you so much for sending that in, Skitzoid, and good luck with your musical journey, and hopefully there'll be something in a year or two that will be decent and we can put it on the label. Nice one. Right, next one up is from, I'm assuming this might be ScurCZ for Czech Republic, or it might just be ScurCZ, but either way, let's have a little listen. You've been a naughty boy and you sent me 2 tunes, so I'm going to check both of them out and see which one I can give the most useful feedback on. Okay, after listening to both your tunes, I'd say that one thing they both have in common is that your bass lines are a lot louder than your drums. And you're very much, it sounds like you're very much still in the learning process. That would be my main criticism, would be start with your drum breaks and build your bass around them, because it sounds like, you know, try and get your breaks sounding really strong on their own, even without any bass there. So, you know, like a really strong drum loop. There's not much balance going on, and also your intros, you know, really think about the structure, about building something up and getting that kind of satisfaction of building up to the drop and then having a drop. Right, next one here is from Carrier, entry for the big vibrator When You Neuro. I have no idea what that means, but thank you, Carrier, and I'm going to check it out. It says, started out as a rhythm dubstep tune from a friend of mine, which I put a neuro twist on. I can tell you straight away, Carrier, that I am not a fan of dubstep or rhythm, but I'm going to listen to it and try and be constructive.
Generate literature. You know, if you're stuck and you don't know what to do, perhaps you can use mathematics as kind of shortcut to start generating interesting new ideas.
Fuck off. Fuck you. Oi, oi. Fuck off.
Mate, what I'll say straight away is I like a lot of the elements in the intro. The drop, even though it does use that kind of like some parts, that kind of predictable 8-beat rhythm, it's the textures are really nice, and I like the balance of everything. The snare's actually pretty decent. That's not what I expected at all. When you started off by telling me it's going to be a rhythm dubstep tune that's had a twist on it, I mean, I don't hear any elements of rhythm in there at all. Sounding just like some good old neuro to me, but yeah, it sounds nice, mate. I would just say, you know, reference a tune that's come out recently, because you've definitely got most of a finished song here. And I'd go in even harder on your intro. You've got a lot of really nice potential elements there that I think could be taken even further. Really build it up, build some tension, and then it pays off even more when you get that drop. But it's cool, man. Like it's got a really nice vibe to it. I look forward to hearing like a future version of this, and good luck with your song, mate. Cheers. Just forget the last link. I just closed this one, used a Japanese orchestra and composed some lines, trying to get a sound as accurate as possible. Kick, snares and bass made from scratch, plus impacts and rises designed from a variety of sources. So actually, after listening to these two tracks, because I only just read this last bit after listening to the first one, I would have gone for this Burning Forest one anyway to give you feedback on. And let's have a little listen all together.
Off.
Right, what I'd say is there's a lot of really strong elements of this. There's a lot of strong elements in this song. I really like the kind of Japanese strings. I love the break is really cool. The energy in the break is really cool. Just in terms of mix, it's lacking a lot in the mix. And what I do is really reference something of a similar style, something with a very chopped up fast break. There's a lot of high end missing in this for me, and you know, your snare is very mid heavy. It's got a little bit of a punch to it, but it's, you know, the overall you need a lot more high end going on, especially if you're trying to keep up with modern kind of mixes. So I'd reference something and just try and compare it to that. But by all means, you've got some really cool musical ideas there. So good luck with finishing that one, and yeah, good work. Sounds nice, mate. There's only 3 left to go through these submissions. Again, thank you to everyone that's been sending them through. This one is next from Levant, and he says, "Hi Alexander, hope you're well. I saw your post about the tune reviews in the 174 group and have a submission here. This track has come out of a week ago. I hope that's okay." Yeah, it's totally okay for you guys to send me release tunes, by the way, if you simply just want me to have a listen and let you know what I think about it. The idea was to have a repetitive vocal sample repeat throughout the track to introduce a sort of hypnotic effect in line with the mind control theme, to carry the wild shit that's going on underneath. Yeah, I mean, all these kind of like chopped up repetitive vocals really in right now, that kind of like whole Dutch sound in Manu and Bunshin and all that stuff, that's, you know, that's pretty in right now. I wanted to a grotesque feel for the whole track, so I went with a very cinematic intro sort of vibe. By grotesque, you mean like gory, or I'm not sure what you mean by that. Or maybe I'm just being a bit pretentious. Maybe, because I'm not sure grotesque is the right way to describe it, but let's have a listen. If you already have this much of an idea of what you want to sound like, I'm hoping it'll be good. Very strong intro so far.
I'm controlling your mind.
Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck you! Oi! 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 Fuck off! Fuck off! Oi! Fuck off! Oi!
I'm controlling your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed this song's out on Studio Drum&Bass and it's already rocked up like 4,500 plays. So it's obviously you're a producer that knows what you're doing. You've released something on a label publicly. So I don't have anything to suggest to you in terms of, you know, the song itself and what to improve about. I just think it's a great song. Good work, mate. That's what I can say about it. It's a nice one. Cheers, Levant. I'll be following you, and let's just head over to your page. Give it a little like. Sounds dope. And let's move on. Thank you for sending that, Levant. Right, next up we've got a tune from Kevala, or Kevala, not sure exactly how you say that. Hey Alex, this is Rick. Artist name is Kevala. Big fan of your music since way before I started producing. I remember blasting your remix of Lone Wolf. Holy shit, that is literally one of the first songs I ever made. This is the latest track I've put out, a neurish twist to this more mainstream tune. Sending it for review, coming from your Facebook post. Hope you like it. Thanks a lot for your time. It means a lot. Thank you, Rick, for sending this tune, and I hope that I enjoy it.
Sometimes I can't help but feel like I don't belong here. Out of place, out of mind.
find the tune quite hypnotising, mate. I love that's my favourite intro that I've heard today. I love the musical elements of it. The mix is also pretty nice. It's just, I personally find the bass line just quite underwhelming. It's just the same kind of rhythm and there's not much going on. Not every track needs that, but just for my personal preference, what I would listen to. I would like to hear more exploration in the groove of the drop and some different bass sounds. But you sound like a very competent producer, Kevala, and good work. It's just this particular song isn't necessarily the thing that I'd really go for or play. But yeah, nice one, man. I don't think you need too many pointers on the mix or anything. And you clearly understand how to structure a tune. Sounds great. So good luck for the future, and looking forward to hearing more from you. Alright, so last review that I have from my SoundCloud submissions. The reason why I say that is because I'm actually going to be reviewing some stuff from In-Flight, which is where I get promos sent by tunes that are released on, you know, more established labels, as opposed to just submissions from people through my SoundCloud. So last up, we have a tune from a guy called Primal. He says, "Hey man, saw you doing some track reviews, so here's one of mine. It's a remix of Faces Congress, and I amped up the politics with the Senate roll call before it or not. Before it, believe it or not." So I had a fucking brain fart there. Hope you enjoy.
Required, the clerk will call the roll.
Baldwin. No. Brasso. Mr. Bennett. No. Mr. Blumenthal. Mr. Black. Mr. Bucker. Mr. Benjamin. Mr. Bryan.
This is a mess.
Okay, so just a quick bit of feedback for you, Primal. I'm not too familiar with the original. I really liked the roll call they added in. That was a really interesting way to build up something in the intro. Yeah, it sounds like, you know, you're kicking your snare. It seems to be the only kind of elements, and a kind of like offbeat hi-hat. I'd go in much harder on your break and try and, I've said this a couple times already for this review, but you try and make your breaks sound really strong and interesting just on their own, even without any bass added. And I think it sounds like you're probably still in the stage where you are learning, and there's not really a perceivable key. The strings in the intro are really interesting. I'm not sure if they're from the original or not, because I don't know the original. But it's again, your drop is in a different key to the intro. So maybe look into a bit of music theory about keeping everything in the same key. And yeah, good luck with your musical journey. It's sounding pretty good. You know, good luck with everything. So that concludes all the reviews that I've been sent for this week. So thank you again to everyone that's been sending these through. It's been really nice to listen to your tunes. I hope you managed to get something constructive from my feedback. I've already been doing this for 2 hours now. It took a long time to nail the intro, and you know, this is the first time I've ever done this. So it's been, you know, I'm going to be learning things all the time. I've learned that it's very time consuming going through everyone's tunes, and I have been cutting this video, just so you know, to fit it for time. I have been listening to the entire song from front to back though for everybody. Right, so next up I'm going to be reviewing tunes that are in my In-Flight inbox, which is where I get sent promos from established labels. This EP has just come out a few days ago, and this is Freedom EP by Aggressive Bunks, and there was this song particularly in a line which I felt was really special. I loved the drop on this. It's just got a really good fucking feel to it. mate, those rolling drums, I just absolutely love Neuro like that. That's just an absolute banger. Right, next up there is a new artist that I don't think I've heard before called Seatree, who is coming out on Eat Brain, and I've actually featured one of these songs in my upcoming Eat Brain podcast, and it is called The Chemical Choir, and it's just got a really nice vibe to it, some good old Neurofunk.
Fuck off, fuck you, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Oi, oi, fuck off.
Ah, mate, Seatree, or Citree, or however you pronounce it. That is actually pretty much a jump up tune, but it's heavy and I enjoy it a lot. Good fucking work, mate. And welcome to the Eat Brain family. Next up, I've got an LP sent to me by Sinful Maze Recordings called Outer Operators LP, and I've had a listen to the whole thing. I've got to say, this is a pretty strong LP. Considering these are all names that I'm not particularly aware of, these are all clearly up and comers. Like, it's a very strong level of production. It's made me realise that, you know, up and comers have got really up the bar. It's good, and I'll just show you a little bit from a track by A-Way called Human.
Oi, fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Really beautiful track, man. The production on this is insane. It's like Cameron Crooked and Memphis kind of style. That's really strong, and thank you Sinful Maze for sending me that. So that concludes the first AKOV's Big Dirty Vibrator, episode 1. That's been really fun. Thank you so much to everyone that sent their music in. It's been a pleasure to listen to. I've got to say that this has been far less entertaining than I planned it to be. I've just been kind of getting really vibing with the tunes. I've got some ideas in place about, you know, doing shots of vodka for every tune that gets like a numerous amount of fuck-offs. I'm going to do maybe like a winner with the fuck-off counter, you know, a tune of the week basically. I'm also thinking of doing, you know, potentially hot wings instead of shots. I'd love any of your suggestions if you leave them in the comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you got something out of this because I had a really great time doing it. I'm going to have guests in the future as well, do guest reviews with, you know, some fellow DJ friends, and we can all review your tunes together. I've learnt a few things from doing this first episode, and this is all going to be a learning process. What I have learned is that this is quite time consuming. I have to find a way to really condense this down and not give repetitive kind of feedback, and, you know, make it more fun and entertaining to watch. But thank you to everyone that has been watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and help me grow this channel. I have nothing else to say apart from just take care and keep sending me some brilliant music. All you have to do is send it to my SoundCloud, to my private messages. Please only send one song, and hopefully more developed ideas and not just work in progress, little small kind of clips. I will not be reviewing those. Thanks once again. Peace out. Cheers.